Hey everybody, this is Yafravan. So today we're going to go over what I've been working on primarily with items for the last 2 weeks. It certainly has taken a little bit longer, but I'd say it's both still the character viewer as well as the items retexturing. And I'll also talk about a wrap up for May and kind of where I want to go with June. So real quick, if to have this work at all, you need to have a local LLM model. In this case, we're just asking the AI to map color palettes, not actually generate an image for at least part of how this works. There are different options. We'll go through that. But you need at least something like Qwen 3 4B quantized. It's about 4.2 gigabytes loaded. So it's very quick. It's not something that's going to take minutes and minutes to run. First things first, choose an item. I just happen to really like Ironfo, so we're going to stick to that. Obviously, you're going to want to clone that. Don't change the original. We'll put Ironfo YouTube test. Go ahead and save that. Go down and click Ironfo YouTube test. Click edit. You will see this button, retexture textures. For now, don't click it. Come over here to the card that has the actual PNG slash BLP for the item. Click on the little wand and you'll see 4 options. For now, just stick to variations. Again, this is work in progress as always, but it's working enough, I think, to test and have fun with it. However, I really wouldn't say that I'm ready to put it into the Ludifier, which is ultimately the goal. So I'm going to go ahead and generate variants, and I'm not actually going to decide what I want, so just let the base code decide. This is shooting off to the local model. It's coming back with some different textures. You can see that over here. And once these textures have been made, you can click them. You will see them load on the character. So again, not all of these look great. And right now it's just really random. But I didn't want to change the look yet, more just the colors, right? So retexturing, I do want to do that. I did try, but I just don't think it looked very good. It's kind of complicated. So I went ahead and went back. Let's say that I like this one as a potential variant. So I'm going to go ahead and, we're going to keep that. Now, when you go backwards, you can see that it is loaded. It gives you that warning. It's not saved yet. So until we save, it's not permanent. Once we hit save, you will see that that actually changed. We can see it has been, if I was to click away and I was to click back, I'd see it. At this point, I'm going to download the patch MPQ. Go into our data folder. It's patch 4. So, I know if you already have a patch 4, I call it a patch 5. Let me go ahead and get trusty old WoW up and running. Remember to delete your WDB folder. And also in this case, since it is a new item, we do need to do a stop world. Then we also need to do a start world. All right. So let's go ahead and log in. Let me find the item ID. Item ID is okay. So let's do. Oh, that was test 4. Wrong item. All right. So let's actually go ahead and dot item. There we go. Here's the Ironfo YouTube test. So as you can see, it's properly rendered in game. So you get your orange. And I try to get this as close. If we look at, original Ironfo and then to this, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not. There. You definitely can still, if you look closely, maybe see some bleeding edges. But I think it fits well enough into the game. And I'm pretty pleased with that. So The goal then is I tie that into the lootifier, which I could do today, but we have no control over it because it would be random, right? And if you were going to lootify all the dungeons in the game, that would be many, many, thousands of items. And how to QA that rapidly, I don't know. So my goal is maybe, hey, you can kind of preview more or less um, a subset of type of textures. I want dark gray, or I want alternate, versions of that weapon, but that are still graphically quite close. Kind of like I would say this version of Iron Foe is still gray. It's not, super different, and maybe that's again a variant, but how do you decide which one is of the power, of glory, etc.? So that's kind of where I'm stalling. I just don't have a clear idea, and I don't want to rush an implementation that turns out kind of bleh, or leaving it at that for now. So back to the page. We'll keep talking about it. What did we accomplish in May? We got the WMO placement. We have terrain sculpting, persistence in the game. We have the 3D character viewer. We have, the dresser here, Retexture. There are still some bugs with the 3D item viewer. You can tell that the hair on the human male is the skin, actually, and the eyes are closed. I spent another 2 days trying to fix that. I did not succeed. And frankly, I don't think I'm going to come back to this for a long time. And I say that just because, we already have a running character. We already have the animations, etc. There's no need to go beyond that right now. It serves the purposes, for what I'm after. June, I am back to working on the bots, right? AI bots that are non-deterministic, that group, that quest, that level all the way and are permanent to the world with memory. Starting to make good progress into that. I picked it back up 2 days ago. I'm trying to reorganize and really try to follow the logic a little bit better, as I think I was approaching it a bit haphazard. So this month is purely AI bots oriented, and then I think I'm going to come right back to item retexturing so that we get this pipeline underway, go back to spells, which is a bit more complicated than this, but in a sense, a little bit of what I learned here I can apply there. And then all of this can be applied to terrain retexturing as well as building retexturing, which is one of those big goals. And a lot of what I'm trying to do is make this automated, right? At least semi-automated. I don't have time by myself to retexture thousands of items. So I'm trying to come up with pipelines that give us retextures that are close enough, that are fun enough to not break the game world immersion of what we know as vanilla, but to still keep it looking different, add some flavor. It's really all I have today. I'm going to go ahead and publish the updates here in a moment. Any issues or feedback you'd like to give, as always, very welcome. And thank you for, tuning in.